Hey YouTubers, Big Philly with Poor Boys RC. Thanks for tuning in today. I wanted to give you guys a quick update on my Kyosho Outlaw Rampage. A couple guys have been asking questions about the status of the truck and where we are at with everything. I haven't made a running video of it in a little while. I've had some issues with it. The last video I made, actually I think every video I've made with it, pretty much I've been running it in dirt and a lot of sand. And ultimately what's happened is that the gearbox has filled with sand. I was driving it the last video I did was some suspension testing after I added the cage to the back. And toward the end of that video, thankfully at the very end of it, I could hear some really nasty grinding sounds coming out of the back end. So I just stopped it, got it home, took it apart, and my gearbox was completely packed full of sand. And the plastic gears inside were toast. So I had to order up a new set of gears. They came from Kyosho over in Asia. California didn't have stock, so they had to come from Asia. COVID started. It was all a big mess. It took forever to get here. So long story short, they arrived. I made a long video just showing you guys how to, well, first of all, what went wrong and how to install the gears, take the gearbox apart and everything. And then all the files went corrupt. I put a new hard drive on my computer and tried transferring files over. It all went corrupt. So all that data gone and all that editing gone. So all good. Here we are. And I'll show you what I've done so far. And so this is where we stand right now, guys. I've got the new gearbox apart and I cleaned it up. This thing was completely packed full of sand. So I've cleaned it all up, oiled everything up with some 3-in-1. I've already installed the new gears, as you can see. I've got some Tamiya grease on there, along with some 3-in-1 lube. I had to clean the motor out. This gearbox was completely packed full of sand. So again, I apologize. Files all went corrupt, and I just couldn't edit that video to show you guys what I did. But here we are, the gearbox with some fresh gears in there. And I'll show you one other thing that I've done. So I think the sand is coming in two spots. This is one of the spots. So there's this cover here for the motor that's just held on with this one 2mm screw. And around this cover, there's quite a bit of a gap. And that area of the inside of the gearbox was sort of concentrated with sand. So my gut says that sand was just pouring in through here. So I've taken some of my good buddy here, Mr. Shoe Goo, and I have shoe gooed this shut. I had this lid off and I put a layer inside of that lip, put the lid back on, tightened up the screw, and just kind of sealed it up so it looks nice on the outside. So that is now good to go. I know I'm not going to be getting any sand in there. The only other spot where I'm concerned about is right around here. So we've got this seal, just like a plastic seal that goes around the motor. And when you put it all back together, just kind of like this, we've got a big opening around the motor here, and certainly dirt, debris, sand is going to enter in there, and there is just that thin, get that off, just this thin piece of plastic that I think by design it's supposed to keep stuff out, but ultimately sand's not going to, I don't think it's keeping the sand out. And I live on an island. We've got a ton of amazing beaches out here. I'm going to run all my rigs on sand, so I need to do something about that. So I'm going to run some Shoe Goo over this as well, and then put it back together, and hopefully that's going to keep these gears a lot cleaner, a lot longer. So that's the gearbox now. That's all been cleaned up, fixed up, and I'm going to reinstall it here in just a few minutes, and that'll get the truck running again. One other small change that I made to it was, if you recall my last couple of videos where I installed this, the wheel carrier on the back, I just had the one spare wheel on top, and now I'm going to be running the 2 spare wheels. I prefer the look of the 2. I tried the 1, but I think 2 looks cooler. And of course, it's going to add more weight to the rear end, kind of making that rear suspension work a little bit differently. So I'm really excited to see how that acts. So I'll get out and do a running video of it with the second wheel on the back. I'm still going to be running the crawler, the RC 4-wheel drive Genius tires. Again, super soft rubber compound on a steel beadlock wheel. which is pretty cool. It's been working really well. And last thing to mention is the shocks. Now, ready to run shocks on this guy leave a little bit to be desired. They are smooth. They're actually quite smooth. They're nice, you know, big bore shocks. They're smooth, but they're plastic and they leak like a bugger. And I'm constantly cleaning up oil. So around the bleeder screw at the top there, if you can see, right around that bleeder screw, I removed that screw and I put a bit of shoe goo around it to seal it. I took a bit of oil out of the top, so hopefully there's not so much pressure that they want to overflow all the time. We'll see how that goes. I did order another set of Endura shocks for this. If you guys have watched my Endura shock video, I bought a set of like kind of standard bore Endura shocks. I installed them on my Midnight Pumpkin. I'm in love with them. They are really nice quality. They don't leak. They look great. So I bought a set of big bores, 100 millimeters. I'm going to put on this guy on the Kyosho. So of course, as soon as they arrive, I'll do a video on that as well and let you guys know how they go. So that's it for today, guys. Just a quick update. I'm not going to bore you with putting a gearbox together, installing it. Pretty basic stuff. I'm just going to do that right now off camera and then get another running video going for you ASAP and test it out with the new 2 wheels on the back. If there's anything else you guys want to see me do to the truck, let me know. Leave me some notes in the comments below. Let me know if you want, what do you want to see? Do you want to see speed runs? Do you want to see big air? Do you want to see different motor? Let me know. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'll make it happen. Ciao for now. Be excellent to each other. Bye.